See, right now, if you reading scriptures, reading self-help books, all this, just pay attention to the trees around here. What are they doing?
Being.
No. They have no capability to be. They're not called beings, only you call being, human being you are. They're not, that's just a tree. It's a wonderful tree. What is it doing? Beneath the ground, it's fighting. What is it fighting for? Is this maple tree trying to produce apples?
No.
It is just trying to be the best possible maple tree it can be. It is not trying to produce apples. Definitely I don't see any coconuts up there. This is all. As a human being, you must see how this life can blossom into its fullest. If it blossoms to its fullest, somebody may become rich with money, or somebody may become intelligent, somebody may become knowledgeable, somebody may become loving, somebody may become an artist, somebody may just wander. But a fully blossomed human being is a joy to see no matter what the hell they're doing or what they're not doing. Whichever way, they're an asset to whole humanity.
Need motivation?
Watch a Top 10 with We Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because you are probably the most ambitious person in your circle.
But you know you're capable of more. And you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best.
So today, let's learn from one of the best, Sadhguru, and my take on his top 10 rules for…
What?
Success.
Instead of doing that, you want… For example, you said abundance in economic terms. What is your idea of abundance in economic terms? Jeff Bezos, is it?
Me personally, that's not it, but you mean having enough to be able to do what you want, not feeling like you're a slave to paying your bills.
No,
or
I'm
things
not
like that.
insulting anybody. I'm just saying right now,
Yeah.
everybody's saying he's the richest man in the world or whatever. So what is your idea of abundance? $200 billion of personal wealth? I'm asking, are you up to it?
200 billion for me?
Yeah, why not?
That's not my definition of abundance, but that
What is it? 2 billion?
Probably over… I guess it depends on what age I am.
Tell me at your present…
If I'm 10,
if I'm
10 years old, it's like $100,000, I'm rich, you know. My present, I feel pretty abundant financially, but if you're asking for a specific number.
No, I'm asking for a number, not because I want to find out your number.
Yeah.
I'm asking because these numbers are bloody meaningless.
Right.
They're all socially relevant, not relevant to you. And anyway, talking about karma, right now, let's say you are the guy who has $200 billion.
Yes.
It's only in your memory. If I erase your memory, your money is gone. Hello?
Yeah.
It's gone, isn't it?
Well, it's in your bank account.
It is in the account, but if you've forgotten what?
Yeah, if you've forgotten the code or you've forgotten the access, then it's
A
gone.
whole lot of people buried their treasure all over the bloody world.
Right.
And somebody else found it 1,000 years later.
It's true. A lot of people have lost all their Bitcoin and they can't get access to it, yeah.
Yeah. So, all these issues are there, but the important thing is, why do you want affluence? Let me put the word abundance as affluence.
Okay.
An individual person wants affluence. A society wants affluence, a nation wants affluence, everybody is striving for that. Why? Because initially it means a choice of nourishment.
A choice of nourishment.
Yes. If you have money, you can eat what you want. Initially that's the goal.
Yes.
If it goes beyond that, after you eat everything you want to eat, next thing is a choice of lifestyle.
Yes.
Now for example, United States of America has the highest choice of nourishment choices, highest level of nourishment choices, highest level of lifestyle choices, all right? But you're spending 3.25 trillion on healthcare.
Right.
Oh, wonderful, that's big… that is larger than India's economy.
Really?
For 1.4 billion people, we don't have a $3.25 trillion economy, all right? So what is the abundance you're seeking? You want to destroy the planet, that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying for me, I'm saying for people watching it, yeah.
No, I'm saying the thing that you're thinking is because you're in California, your idea of abundance is here. If you're in Timbuktu, your idea of abundance would be this, all right?
Of course.
So I'm saying do not think in terms of abundance, think in terms of a fulfillment of life.
Yeah.
If you are a fulfilled life, according to your competence, according to your capability, according to the times in which you live, you will do the appropriate thing.
Rule number 2, enhance your life.
Human attention.
has shifted to many things that we could do that we are not able to do right now. But one large area which has been left unexplored is the human being itself. Whatever kind of technologies we develop, whatever kind of machines we build, essentially we can only think of doing something which is an extension of our existing faculties. See, if you were made like a tree that is rooted to one place, would you have thought of a bicycle? Hello? Only because you already have mobility, you thought about enhanced mobility. That evolved into many things. Only because we can speak. We came up with a microphone and a telephone. If we had no such thing as speech, would we have thought of a microphone and a telephone? Because we can see, we have microscopes and telescopes. Every machine and every gadget we create is only enhancement of existing human faculty. We can see this far, but we want to see that far. We can speak this far, now we want to speak that far. We can hear this far, now we want to hear from somewhere else. Everything. There is no other way for a human brain or human intelligence to function. We will only think of how to enhance this. The purpose of enhancement is essentially a longing to enhance the quality, the content and the profoundness of our life.
Rule number 3, make your life meaningful.
If you are very clear that what you're doing is significant for every life around you, other people's opinion means nothing.
But
I'm saying for 30 years plus, they've been saying the same things. They're not even creative, they're not able to come up with anything new. All right, same things they are saying. But they've not gotten anywhere because they have no substance. There's no substance to anything that they have said. So, it's unfortunate that they are in that state. But what I see is every daily mystic quote is there, daily quote. All these people are just waiting. One thing that they don't understand, suddenly all of them will get together and make the Twitter trend. I'm so glad, because every day they're reading my quotes, even people who are here are not reading. They're reading, okay. I am saying every day carefully they're reading my quote. The day they don't understand, they think I've made a mistake. And boom, they'll go. I'm glad. I have worked in prisons, both in India and United States. I have worked with hardcore criminals who have come for murder, rape, worst possible things that a man can do. For those things they have come. And I've seen significant transformation in their lives simply because of 2 days or 5 days of contact with me. These guys who are continuously following me, I'm very confident one day they will be very transformed. I wish them the best.
So number 4, take control.
You don't have to eliminate the waste. Waste is very valuable. If you know, right now in this garden, they buy waste at a very a very exorbitant price because their waste goes into the public system. They have to buy waste from somewhere, they have to buy filth.
to fertilize.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whether you turn your filth into a fertilizer or you smear it on your face and walk around, that's your choice. This is why karma. So what kind of karma happened in my life till this moment is not always my choice. So many things have happened. But what kind of karma I perform right now in this moment is 100% my choice. Will I use this filth as manure and blossom into a wonderful fragrance, or will I smear it around me and walk around with filth? This is the choice everybody has. When unpleasant things happen to us, which happens to everybody in some way if you're living in the world, I'm saying, unless you dropped from somewhere else.
Right.
If you're living in this world, so many unpleasant things happen. Now, with these unpleasant things, do you become wise or do you become wounded? This is a choice. To exercise this choice, there must be a little space. When I say a little space, where is your memory stored? People think here, your brain has very little memory, okay? Every cell in the body carries 1 trillion times more memory than your entire brain.
Every cell in the body.
Every cell in the body. Because if I take one cell from you, we can, create you completely in a lab. That means what? Well, your parents, your father and mother gave you only one cell each, they were not very generous, all right? Only one cell each. See, a whole man came out of it.
Yeah.
So in that one cell, all this memory, head to toe, everything was there, isn't it?
Yeah.
No mistake. Texture of the hair, texture of the skin, the nails, the works, every detail, to the minutest detail, was it packed in that one cell or no?
Yeah.
Yes? So every cell in your body carries 1 trillion times more memory than your entire brain carries.
Wow.
So if you do not use that, if you just use one part of your body, then everything seems to be stressful, everything seems to be a struggle. Today everybody complaining about everything, everything is stressful. You are a toddler, you have stress of diapers. You are a teenager, you have hormonal stress. Your middle age, you have crisis. Your old age, geriatric stress.
Right.
All right, which is not stress, your entire life is stress. Tell them, okay, you die. Oh, that is enormous stress. So this is not because there is something wrong with anybody's life, it's simply because it's like you have a car, it's supposed to go on 4 wheels. Try to drive on one, okay, one may look like too much, try to drive on two, well, within 10 miles your tires will burst. Because too much stress on one point, other things are not being used. This is all that's happening to human beings.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
Rule number 5, learn to live with pain.
Pain is not a concept. If you don't know that it's not a concept, I can cause some pain to you, you will know it's not a concept. It's a living reality when you get it. Hello?
Can pain be controlled by the mind?
See, pain is of the body. See, suppose this water is hardly 9 inches deep, all right, 9–10 inches deep. But you want to dive from the top of the tree. If there was no pain, you would have done it. Yes? If it breaks your head and still there is no pain, a whole lot of people would have done it. Right now, the only thing which is making you behave sensibly, at least in terms of your survival, is pain. Without pain, most people would not know how to survive either. So pain is a very good thing, it manages you.
Even emotional pain?
That you cause, because you want to be a tragic hero.
Me? No.
See, there is only physical pain as existentially true. Pain that you have in your mind and in your emotion is caused by you. You like to poke yourself. Why? Because you're a vain life. You have not found any other way to feel profound. Pain makes you feel profound. You're from Mumbai, cinema world I'm saying.
without pain, no profoundness, isn't it?
No artistry.
People think they're profound because they're in pain. No, you're misunderstanding pain for profoundness, it's a serious mistake. If it comes in loads, then you will know what it is, all right? It'll destroy you, it'll mutilate life, pain, yes or no? Human beings have been destroyed not necessarily by a sword or a gun. They just break themselves down into pieces because of their own emotions and thoughts. More people are mutilating themselves by themselves, using the sharpness of their own mind rather than by somebody's sword or gun, isn't it so? So why is this so? Because you have misunderstood a few fundamental things. You do not know what is real and what is not. What is existentially true, what is physiologically true, what is psychologically true. You have lost, the boundaries of this. Once you lose this, whatever you do, it'll hurt you. Just tell me one thing people are not suffering. Tell me one thing. Well, if they are poor, they suffer their poverty. You make them rich, they suffer the taxes. Yes. If they're not educated, they suffer that. Put them to school, they suffer that. They're not married, they suffer that. Get them married, oh. Don't tell me. No children, they suffer that. Give them children, daily suffering. Yes. So it looks like you're suffering every aspect of life. So we'll offer you death. Oh, they'll suffer that. So suffering is not because of life situations. Suffering is because you do not know how to manage yourself. You do not know how to manage your own mind, your emotion, your energy, your very life. You do not know how to manage, then everything becomes suffering. Physical pain is a different thing. Physical pain is caused by some contact or disease or injury or something. That of course we must see how we keep it at the minimum in our life. Mosquito bites you, all right, but you don't have to be bitten by a bear. You need to avoid that.
Rule number 6, free yourself from
Suffering.
Let us not think anger happens to us, resentment happens to us. No, these things we are creating. We have the power to emote. We can make it love, we can make it joy, we can make it ecstasy, but people have chosen to make it tension, anger, resentment, hatred, they've turned it that way. Now they will claim this is because life has been unfair to me. Life has not been fair to anybody, especially not me. Life is not fair to anybody. Life is simply rolling, it's for you to learn to ride it. Sometimes we're in uncomfortable situations, sometimes we're in comfortable situations, sometimes we're in situations where we know exactly what to do, sometimes we're in situations where we don't know what to do, sometimes somebody else is controlling the situation, sometimes you're controlling the situation. This is how life is. If you are constantly stepping into unfamiliar situations in your life, that means you are growing at a rapid pace. If you are constantly in comfortable situations, that means you're a stagnant life. So if you look for comfort, if you look for a comfort zone, because the moment your thoughts and emotions are going to torment you with external stimulation that happens, what will you choose? You will choose a comfort zone. This means you will limit your life. So the moment somebody can cause you pain or suffering, this means unknowingly you will make the very scope of your life very limited. Only when a person loses this fear of suffering, that no matter what happens, this is how I will be, if this assurance comes to you, then you walk full stride, because whatever happens in the life around you, it will not really make you suffer. Once you are free from suffering, only when you're free from suffering, when you're free from the fear of suffering, that is when you will explore your life in full depth and dimension.
Rule number 7,
Create good karma.
If you do bad things will come for you. This has been the way of the world, you don't need the word karma for that. because people have been trying to control people, either with fear or guilt. This has been the basis of a whole lot of things happening in the world. If you do this, you will go to hell, if you do that, you will go to heaven, otherwise here itself it will happen to you, whatever. Or there is somebody up there with a stick waiting and they will whack you. All these kind of things. Essentially, you're trying to manage humanity, control humanity with fear or guilt.
Yeah.
Fear and guilt, I see particularly in the Western world, is like enormous. It is in the psyche of people in such a big way. Well, karma is not about fear, karma is not about guilt, karma is about liberation. It is about freedom. Because you are a composite, as you sit here, you're a composite of various memories within you.
Yes.
It goes back, it goes way back, but let's start with amoeba in recent times.
Okay.
From amoeba to now, the whole evolutionary process in some way is recorded in this body. Otherwise, this body would be confused every other day whether this is human or not. This is 100% clear that this is human, this is evolutionary memory, always there. There is genetic memory, there is karmic memory, there is articulate, inarticulate, unconscious, subconscious and conscious memories. Right now when we say memory, people think only of their conscious memory, which is less than 1% of their actual memory.
So the things they actually remember in their mind, the conscious memory.
Yes, that is less than 1% of the actual memory. See, for example, I can give you 1,000 examples like this which are manifesting in everybody's life. The simple thing is this, let's say 500 years ago, how your great-great-great-grandfather was, you don't remember for sure.
No.
But his nose is sitting on your face probably.
Right. My ears are his ears, yeah.
Yeah, many things.
Yeah.
Even the color of the skin and the texture of the skin, everything. So the minutest details of what happened to your forefathers 1,000,000 years ago still living with you right now.
Wow.
It is living with you right now. Now all these memories, a composite or an amalgamation of all these complex memories is what you call as myself. What you call as myself, consciously, may be just a small part of that. But that small part is happening because of this massive memory that is there.
Rule number 8, study human behavior.
They're only looking at the phone screen or the computer screen, they're heading into your wall. You need to look up and see where is life going around you, it's very important. You're misunderstanding technology and the screen space as a reality. No, technology is a wonderful tool, only if you use it consciously. If you become unconscious and compulsive about it, today in United States they've set up technology de-addiction centers, okay? Just like drug de-addiction, technology de-addiction. They're going crazy with technology. Technology has done wonders to me. We're doing 100 times the work that we were doing maybe 15-20 years ago simply because of technology. I think it's a great thing, but somebody else is suffering that. Human beings are even suffering their own brains, isn't it? If they didn't have a brain, they would be peaceful. Because they have a brain, they're saying stress, stress, stress. Because you don't know how to handle the highest technology which is here. On this planet, the greatest technology on the planet is the human mechanism. People who don't know how to handle it, people who never read the user's manual, they are suffering, their body and their mind.
Rule number 9, focus your attention.
So, you own something not because it's useful to you. If it's useful to you, you enjoy using it, please have it, whatever it is. But you are having it only because others don't have it. This is a sickness. This will naturally happen to you if you enhance your intellect without enhancing other aspects of your intelligence. Because the nature of the intellect is to accumulate. Today you call it as information, you call it as data, essentially it is accumulation. And because of this information, we have given up on human attention. It is only with human attention you can open any door in the universe. Keenness of your attention will do that. But today, right now I've looked up Wikipedia of all of you guys, I know everything about you, I don't have to look at you. This is how we have become. Hello? Because I have information in my head, I don't have to pay attention. See, whatever information, let's say if I take one of you as an example, if I have all the information about you, about your life, still it could be wrong this moment because a human being is a possibility. This moment you may be something other than what information I have, isn't it so? If I am not open to that possibility, I am missing the whole human being because a data doesn't make life. Data is the footprint of life, not life. If you see my footprint, that's not me, isn't it? And the whole, once you are thinking about accumulations, the next thing is you want to leave a footprint. Those who want to leave a footprint in this world, they shall never fly.
And rule number 10, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is find your ideal partner.
To do things in the world, if you want to do business, you want a business partner. If you want to build a family, you want another kind of partner. You just want to live outside, you need another kind of partner. You need partners to act in the world. You don't need partners to be. Because you're the only creature on the planet who is being referred to as a being. Sparrows are flying around, you can't fly, but we don't call them bird beings, they're just birds. All right? Tiger is roaming in the forest, we don't call him a tiger being. An elephant is raging through the forest, we don't call him an elephant being. Only this one we're calling a being because this one is supposed to know how to be. When you don't know how to be, then you start thinking you're incomplete. How to act in the world is a different affair altogether, because that's not your space. World is not entirely your space. If you want to act there, you need the cooperation of hundreds of people, otherwise you cannot act. So to get that cooperation, you form variety of partnerships. To fulfill your financial needs, one kind of partnership, your social needs, another kind, your physical, psychological, emotional needs, another kind of partnership. That is for activity. But if you sit here, why aren't you a complete life? This is a complete life. When Gautama, the Buddha, was asked, is it better to walk alone or in company? He said, it's better to walk alone than to walk with a fool. Well, that's him, not me. He was quite sure that only a fool will walk with you. So he said, it's better to walk alone than to walk with a fool. Certain lore in this country says, when you want to do a short and quick journey, walk alone. When you want to do a long journey, walk in company. But the important thing is, who is walking with you? Not always being together is a good thing. Many times, being together can be a nuisance. So, first and foremost, unless you are a twin, even then, we come alone and we go alone. If one does not know how to be by himself or herself, then being together can be a lot of nuisance. We are referred to as human beings. Human beings means every other creature is what it is simply because of what it does. But a human being can simply be, which is a unique quality of the human being, that we can simply be, that we are not compulsive action, that's what it means. Our action is conscious and judicious. But generally, when people get together, generally, people are in compulsive action. It can be an association where there could be a purposeful action, or it can be a gang where there can be more purposeful action, or it can be a crowd which can be a compulsive action. So essentially, to be human means we have reached that point of evolution within ourselves that if we wish, we can simply sit here, just be. We can consider as to what action to take and what not to take. This is definitely individual. When individuals come together, we say, it's we in plural, but still it is individuals who have to come together. To be an individual means you are not further divisible. That means you're just one. People find different ways to divide themselves within themselves. In India, with 8,000–10,000 years of cultural history, we have invented various words to divide ourselves. It's very common for people to talk in terms of Atma, Paramatma, Ahankara, this one and that one. But every culture has this in their own way. When things are going right, when good things are being done, if you ask people, they say, yes, I did it. When things don't go right, when things go wrong, then they will try to find somebody. If they don't find anybody, he is always there. When they are very wonderful, of course they take pride in being how wonderful they are. When they turn nasty, they say, it was my ego. Mr. Ego is always a fall guy. So individual means, but if I'm wonderful, it's me. If I'm nasty, it's me. All of you. Are you 24 hours wonderful? Hello? Are you 24 hours wonderful? No, sometimes wonderful, sometimes nasty, sometimes beautiful, sometimes ugly. It's okay. If we understand it is me who is capable of being absolutely wonderful and it is me who is capable of being absolutely nasty another moment, then gradually the number of moments of nastiness will keep on receding. If I see what is wonderful is me, what is nasty is… In India we have many words, it's my karma, what can I do? Now, you must fix this. Being an individual is very important, that means you're not further divisible. If I'm wonderful, it's me, if I'm nasty, it's me. If I succeed, it's me, if I fail, it's me. You have to fix this.
You should not be a motivated person. Generally, when we say somebody is motivated, it means they have an agenda of their own. Life has no agenda. It's for you to be a full-fledged life. A grasshopper is trying to be a full-fledged grasshopper, earthworm is trying to be a full-fledged earthworm, a bird is trying to be a full-fledged bird, a tree is trying to be a full-fledged tree. A human being should strive to become a full-fledged human being. This is all our business is. But each one of us start creating our own agendas and doing all kinds of things. No, you're just a piece of life, don't take yourself too seriously. Because before you and me, countless number of people have come and gone. Yes or no? Where are they? All those people. You think they were all idiots? They were all idiots and they died, is it? No, they were also like you, maybe they were also officers, maybe they were kings more than you, all kinds of things, all topsoil now.
This will also become topsoil. Just a little bit of time. Life is a bit of a sparkle. How old is your son, sir? 25. 25. So 27 years ago, where was he, sir? So if somebody is not here, we say they're dead, isn't it? 27 years ago, he was dead. We will give him 100 years, sir. 80 years later, he will be again dead. Yes or no? Yes. So, 27 years ago, how long was he dead, sir? Huh? Long time. So, 85 years later or 80 years later, how long will he be dead, sir? Very long time. So all of us will be dead for a very long time. We're alive just for a brief amount of time. Yes, very brief amount of time. We will be dead for a very long time. I want you to look at it in this perspective. How long will you be dead? You can't imagine. So let us say 10,000 years we are dead, or 100,000 years we are dead, or 1,000,000 years we are dead, all right? How long are you alive compared to that? Very, very brief. What you call as life is a brief sparkle. The only thing that you have to do is rise and sparkle as a full-fledged life. When something is needed around us, we will do that naturally, because when you're doing wonderfully well, you will do what is needed, isn't it? When you're miserable, you will be motivated. Yes? Tell me, when you're very happy, have you looked at yourself? How nice and wonderful you are, you're willing to do anything for anybody, bend backwards if necessary, yes or no? When you're little frustrated, whoa, how difficult it is. So, don't teach your children to become motivated about something. These are all nonsense that's coming from the West, all those trashy self-help books. Motivate yourself, build confidence, believe in yourself. You believed in God and destroyed so much of this world. Now you believe in yourself, what will you do? Is it true, what you thought was absolute at the age of 12, today is not true? Yes or no? Are you sure that whatever you think is this is it right now, will be this is it in another 3 years' time?
Of course not.
You know that, so you know you're wrong. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you know, anyway you're wrong, so why assert the wrong things? Well, right now we are wrong, at least let's manage with little more conscious. If you know you're wrong, you will walk carefully, isn't it? Hello? But you think you're absolutely correct, then you will do stupid things and you blunder around the world. If you know you're not seeing properly, will you walk carefully or no? If I ask you to walk through a dark room, suppose we turn off all the lights and close it down, everything, pitch dark, if I ask you to walk, suddenly will you become super alert and conscious as to how you walk? But when the lights are on, you're just going unconsciously, bumping into everybody. So if you learn to walk every moment like there are no lights and you're looking at everything absolutely carefully, then what you see clearly, you go through it, what you don't see clearly, you hesitate, some places you take a little bit of chance. But if you are just confident, you will blunder through life, we don't know where you will get in and what you will get trapped into. Most people are trapped into their professions, their family situations, their social situations in such a way, they all became like this. Yes, already I'm seeing, not just older people, youth have become like this. What will happen to me at the end of my life? What will happen to me at the end of my life? I'm already revealed the secret, you will die. But Sadhguru, if this happens, what to do? If that happens, what to do? All those things will happen. It's not that everything will happen in your life the way you like it, things will happen in the way you don't like it. It once happened, Shankaran Pillai got fired from his job simply because he asked a question, smoking or non-smoking? How can you get fired for asking such a simple question? Smoking or non-smoking, he asked, and he got fired. Because what he was supposed to ask was cremation or burial. So, many times what you do, thinking I'm right, may be irrelevant to the situation in which you exist. So the most important aspect of your life is you're relevant, not right. You're just relevant. To the existing situation, you're relevant. I am right, I am right, I am right. This is confidence. You being right, nobody cares. All the idiots who think they're right, nobody wants to listen to them, nobody wants to be around them, isn't it? People who always think, I'm right, you want to be around them? No, the important thing is you're relevant to the situation in which you exist. If you have to bring relevance into your life, you must extinguish your confidence and bring clarity. I don't know, I never looked at life as a series of mistakes, learning from that, I don't look at life like that. Well, have you made some dumb decisions here and there? Of course. But I wouldn't see them as mistakes, I just see them as part of growing up and becoming more mature, because enlightenment is one thing, you see things clearly, but still operating in the world you need wisdom. Wisdom you have to earn it with experience, there is simply no other way for that. Today it has become fashionable with all these management gurus and all saying, you must learn from your mistakes, you must learn from mistakes. That means you must keep on doing mistakes. I don't believe that you must learn from your mistakes. I would rather live a life where I don't do any mistakes because life is so brief, you do a bunch of mistakes and then you will learn, and where will you use it? In the grave? It's too late. So
learn from other people's mistakes, yeah.
Yes, of course. That is what being human means, that we can learn from other people's experience, from history we can learn. We don't have to do all those things once again. And especially you are from the aviation state, if you are trying aviation or if you're trying skydiving or something, if you don't do things right the first time, well, that'll be the last time. Why does one person need, well, by prescription these days, 8 hours, is it?
7 to 8 hours. 7 hours sleep.
Okay, 7 hours. And why another person can do with half of that? See, one thing is, as we already went through, the very physical body that you carry is just the food that you've eaten, isn't it? You are looking at food only as protein, vitamin, mineral like this. But we're talking about a food chain, that means they're all different kinds of lives. What we consume is another form of life. Every animal consumes another form of life. This is the way the food cycle is created. So in what condition that life is will determine in what condition your life is in many ways. So if food appears in front of me, if I just look at it, people have prepared it with elaborate care, if I just look at it, I say no. People say, no, Sadhguru, this lady has brought it, she's a very good cook, she's very tasty. I just look at it and say no. Simply because it's not alive enough for me. It may be tasty, but it's not alive enough for me. If it's not alive enough, I will not consume. If you're just conscious of this one thing, you will see your sleep quota will go down. Another thing is, most people are eating at least 50%. 50% means 100% more than what they need to eat. Yes, you will do one thing, as an experiment, just try this, whatever you're eating, cut it down by 50%. If you're eating, let's say, 2 kilograms of food, cut it down to 1 kilogram and eat variety of foods, you will see you will neither drop weight, nor will you become weak, nor will you become less energetic. Only thing that'll happen is, your sleep quota will go down. Because you're putting so much food to generate the same amount of energy, you're eating more by compulsion of liking the taste or simply by compulsion of filling yourself up, Now the body has to process so much food to create so much energy. This extra processing is taking a toll on the system. The amount of impurities that are there in the food will also determine how much inertia you generate in the body. Let's understand it this way, in terms of physical terms. What sleep means is inertia. Right now you're dynamic, this is life, inertia sets in. When inertia goes beyond a certain point, that's death. But sleep is a certain kind of death, but it is offering you rest. So restfulness is very important. What is being restful means is, if you sit here, if you're at total ease, you will see the body is naturally restful. Have you noticed on a particular day, you are very happy, on that day you don't need much sleep or food, have you noticed this? That's all you have to do. If you remain very joyful every moment of your life, the food will come down, sleep will come down naturally.
The notion of the difference between pain and suffering I thought was very useful.
See, pain is physiological, it's there. If there's no pain, most people would not even know how to protect themselves. See, just because there's no pain in this, see what all you have done to it, isn't it? See, there's no pain in this, so that's why you took it off. If there's no pain in your nose, maybe you would have taken it off.
Right.
Because there are many advantages. You will take in about 22% extra oxygen if you just remove this one thing, contraption. Wherever there is no pain, people are messing with it like crazy, isn't it? They call this hairstyle, they call it so many things.
Yeah.
Suppose there was no pain in the entire body in Los Angeles, people would pull out their stomach bag and you think they wouldn't do it?
No, they probably would.
Only pain is helping them to preserve themselves, isn't it? So pain is good. There's no physiological pain. Most people would not know. I hear in United States there's one group, they call themselves something, I forget that word. They're actually cutting their fingers off, their hands off on the video.
Whoa.
They're posting it online. There's a group like that.
Whoa.
Can you imagine this?
No.
In spite of so much pain, if there was no pain, almost everybody would have cut themselves off in the name of fashion, they would have cut themselves into ribbons.
Wow.
So pain is a good thing physically, because that is your preservation, self-preservation mechanism. But suffering is something that you do in your mind. So pain that happens in your body, you take it in your mind and multiply it 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, depending on how capable you are or how stupid you are, and suffer it 1,000,000 times over. Right now, most human beings are like this. What happened 10 years ago, they can still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. They are not suffering life, they think they're suffering life. They're not suffering life, they are suffering the two most fantastic faculties that human beings alone have. A vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. Something will get you money, something will get you comfort, that's not the point. What you choose to do, will it give you a life? When I say give you a life, are you just trying to make a living or are you trying to make a life out of this? This is important. Making a living is not an issue. A worm, an insect, a bird, an animal, all of them are making their life, making a living, isn't it so? They're even making a life out of it, but definitely they're making a living. So making a living with such a big brain is not an issue. Earning your food is not an issue, making a living is not an issue. Only problem is you want to live like somebody else, that's an endless problem. I want to live is not a problem. I want to live like you, this is a problem. So, it is important, if you consider your life as a precious life, you must make sure you make a wonderful life out of this. This happened at the Cincinnati airport in Ohio, United States. People had lined up to check in at the airline ticket booth. One man just skipped the line and came straight in the front and thrust his ticket. The lady at the counter, she said, "Sir, there is a line." He said, "No, I'm in a hurry."
She said, everybody's in a hurry, you're on the same plane. Please stand in the line. Then he said, do you know who I am? She looked at him, promptly picked up the microphone and said, there is a man here who does not know who he is, can somebody help him? So, who am I? Is not a question that you ask somebody. It's a question that you ask yourself. Make it more and more profound.
See, right now, what are the instruments of your experience? You know you're here only because you can see, hear, smell, taste and touch. This is the only way you know that you're here right now. Suppose you doze off, don't, okay? Suppose you doze off. You don't know that you're here, isn't it?
Yes.
Even though you're here, your heart is beating, everything is functioning, the world is on, we are all here, but you won't know that you're here, nor will you know that I'm here or anybody else is here, isn't it?
Yes.
All that's happened is, life is on, full on, even within you. Only thing is, these 5 sensory organs have shut down. So your entire experience of life right now is happening because you can see, hear, smell, taste and touch. Just look at the nature of the sensory organs. In the very nature, they're outward bound, isn't it? Can you roll your eyeballs inward and scan yourself?
No.
Shall I give you a bad example?
Sure.
Our nose is located right above our mouth. Suppose you don't brush your teeth for 3 days. Though this nose is right here, it won't tell you you have not brushed your teeth. The whole room will know you have not brushed your teeth, but you will not know. This is the human predicament. It's very easy to see what's wrong with this guy, what's wrong with her, what's wrong with her. It takes a lot of observation to see what's wrong with this. That level of keenness of observation is missing in most people. They need to cultivate that.
See, grace is available to everybody. It's like sunlight. Sunlight is available to everybody, but only those who open their eyes will see. That's the way it is. But is it not there? Is it there only for me, not for you? There's no such thing. It's available for everybody. It's just that, are you receptive? When we talk about receptivity, see the entire process of yoga, the word yoga itself means this. The word yoga means union. Union means what? Right now in most people's experience, it is me versus universe. This is how people are experiencing life. Otherwise, why continuous anxiety, fear? They think they are fighting for their life all the time. Why? They are fighting the whole universe. Individual and the universal. Being in competition with the universe is a stupid thing to do. If your friend does not do well, you'll feel sad about it. If he does very well, you'll feel very sad about it. So you have fixed yourself in such a way, whichever way you cannot be happy. You're in a self-defeating mode. No matter what happens, you will not be happy. If you want to understand what I'm saying, you go and stand out on one of the main streets in Bangalore city. Leave the poor people who are selling kadlekai on the street side, leave them. People who are driving there, only look at those BMWs, Mercedes and Maseratis and whatever is going around in Bangalore city, only look at the dream cars, okay? Because many of you may have dreams also of this. Just look at all these people, you think they are in a profusion of joy driving this car like that? No. Only in case it's a stolen car, you see the joy. Otherwise, no. So success has not brought joy to them. If they're failed, of course they're frustrated. Because the very mode of approach is like this. If this mode of approach comes, whichever way, it's not going to work. Because it's not even about you, it's always about somebody here. It's never about you. The simple thing is this, See, if your joy, your sadness, your happiness, your misery is determined by something or somebody around you, the chances of you being joyful in your life is remote. Yes or no? Is it true that human experience is created from within? Hello? Hello? I'm asking all of you. Is it true that human experience, joy or misery, agony or ecstasy, madness or sanity, everything is created from inside? At least if you're a manager, if you're going to be a manager, at least what is happening from within you must happen your way. Because essentially management means having situations the way we want it. Yes? Management means what? Having situations the way we want it. Well, if the world is not happening your way, at least this one must be happening your way, otherwise what kind of management is this? Here there's only one person, huh? Here there are 1,000 people, they may not listen to you, they got their own stuff. But here there's only one person, at least here what you want must happen, isn't it? If what you want happened, would you keep yourself blissed out or miserable? What's your choice? You must choose, I'm going to bless you now. If you had a choice, would you rather be blissed out or miserable? Huh? Blissed out, of course. So if such a thing is not happening, then all these problems come. If things work, it is a problem. If they don't work, it's a problem. If you get a seat in this institution, it's a problem. If you cannot get out of this, it's a problem. You like this place so much, you don't mind staying here, it's not like that. You must get in and you must get out ahead of others. Everything, it's never about you, it's always about something else. Outside is a variable situation. Who these people are today, tomorrow we don't know what they will say. Yes? Tomorrow morning we don't know what they will say. If your way of being is determined by all these people, then you are a mess, you're bound to be a mess.
For 10 more amazing rules from Guru Gopal Das, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe. See you there.
And there's nothing wrong with having. But to dream that this is what will make you happy, I'm sorry to say. Recently in Silicon Valley, I met a friend of mine and his life is no different.